Okay, right before you put the gasket on, you may want to put a little silicone, a little bit on this surface to hold it from sliding around. And maybe in case you nick the gasket and you don't know it. Now putting this stuff will most likely, no matter how clean you do it, end up in your oil. So you will want to change your oil after probably the first ride because it's going to have a contamination in it. Okay, let me put gasket on the other. Okay, this case should have a dowel pin right here, so make sure you put it. Should have 2 dowel pins. Okay, you don't ever want to forget to put the dowel pin. It's just as important as putting a bearing. It'll mess up the whole motor. That's not in there. There's 2. There's 1 there and 1 there. Right here I have my other case. All ready to go, all ready to put on. There's no extra dowel pins on here. I have nothing to worry about. I'm not piercing another one. Make sure that this crankshaft is right here. Otherwise, when you put the case on, you'll be hitting it in the wrong spot. All right, we are in. Make sure your gasket sitting nice here. Now let's get all our bolts, line them all up, and slowly tighten them all. Okay, you don't have to make these crazy tight at all. Just a little past snug, and then keep checking, and then you'll know when the end is it's at its end. You don't want to over tighten these at all. Cool. Spins nicely. It If you didn't put the gasket, it wouldn't spin as nice. It'd spin pretty bad. So right now, let's check our transmission operation. We need to flip this over and start changing the gears over here. As long as this starts spinning pretty freely, we're pretty good. You'll need a pick to pull this, hold this back. Right, as long as it can hold it back, it's pretty good. Hey, if you make a mistake right here, you will have problems from then on. One, you need to make sure you have this pin here. Two, you have to make sure this lines up with the pin in the first shot. If it doesn't, you just won't be able to shift the gear ever. You'll take the whole thing back apart. Right, spinning my piece. And we could put our 13mm nut. This actually might be a 12mm. I already have a 13 on here. It's definitely a 12. Okay, you can make it pretty tight. Next thing's next is the Raptor paws assembly. A little tricky, not too crazy, nothing to be scared of. So these are all the pieces we need for this little assembly right here. And I already dropped the spring. I know where it is. Put this one in there first. It goes in a little bullet looking thing. Put my other spring in the bullet looking thing. Put it in the holes. This assembly. Now here's we slip it in. You got an oval side and a more square end. The square end is the one hitting the ball. You're gonna push in one side, hold it, push in the other side, and hold it. The crazy knife, you just let go, fling everywhere. You don't want that. Now we need to get our bracket. Okay, this goes inside the bracket. Right, you put it to where it stays there. Inside the grooves, you can let go, it's not gonna go anywhere. And then now you need to put it in the piece. You might have to press these together. If it's too hard to press together and hold, you'll be able to probably press it in later with a pick. See how this one slipped out? Right, we're just gonna redo it. Well, that worked out nice and easy. Bracket is in there. I put my screws, 3 10mm. I will put a little blue Loctite. All right, that is together. Check everything. Time to install the shifting mechanism and your washer. Watch out, it's probably gonna push the O-ring through on the other side, which can cause a leak later on. Put a little grease on here. Beautiful. Okay, now we got an O-ring here we gotta install. Pack it with some grease. Okay, you just push down with your hand. There's a center piece that goes in here. I believe here we are. Okay. Next, I'm gonna install this piece. There is a timing thing. These 2 holes have to line up. Put that spring on with your hand. Right. That's our gear for our kickstart. Ailer gear, which I don't like because it's rubbing on the case. Find out why in a minute. Okay, I put a washer here because mine was rubbing on here. So now I got this. Basically what I have left. Hey, first we have this sliding bearing that goes there. Needle bearing goes on top. That basket assembly goes here. One washer that goes down there. Bigger washer. Right, the size is 1 1/16. I'm gonna use an impact gun to put this on. I know most people torque it, but you can frown upon me. Right, that shaft's pretty strong. It's not gonna break. But you can't break these baskets like I just did.